Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right into this one. All right, folks. Sometimes things happen and you just sit there and go, there's no way that a head coach of a major university, or at least a mid-major, would be foolish enough to poke the bear. But every once in a while, life throws you a bone. And as a YouTuber, it doesn't get any better than this. Yep, Dusty May, and that's his real name, the head coach of FAU, has thrown down the gauntlet on Rick Barnes' team, the Vols, and we're going to get into that. Okay, let's get into this article. Dusty May, who's the head, if you don't know FAU or what team that is, just to give you a little hint, that's where our boy Lane Kiffin was coach for a couple of years after he went into exile, and then Nick Saban hired him, let him come back out of the wilderness, back into the real world of college football. Then when he left Alabama, willingly or unwillingly, it just kind of depending on how you looked at it, he went to FAU. So that's Florida Atlantic University. And then he went to Ole Miss, and, of course, he's made Ole Miss relevant again, but he's also scared him to death with wanting to leave all the time. So Ole Miss is going through what the Vols went through for 1 year. And Ole Miss, I hate to break this to you, but it's not going to stop, okay? This what the guy does. But anyway, let's get into the FAU story. And this is on A to Z Sports, and this is by Zach Reagan again. Very good writer, by the way. And it says, FAU's head coach makes a snide remark about Tennessee ahead of the Sweet 16 matchup. It says the Tennessee Vols will take on Florida Atlantic in the Sweet 16 Thursday night. And by the way, that's another late night game. It's a 9 o'clock game. I don't know how we keep getting these 9 o'clock, or I call them midnight games, but we keep doing it. So again, we're playing at midnight.
And I met the President of the United States again.
But anyway, FAU beat Fairleigh Dickinson. That was a good game. Dickinson was actually ahead for quite a bit of that game, and they played them tough. And, of course, we took down Duke in the second round, which was a great game. And if you know from what happened in that game, a lot of folks in the national media have been real upset about it because the Vols played tough defense. And even though Duke fouled more than Tennessee did, according to the three refs, that doesn't matter because Tennessee was too rough on them. So go figure. But anyway, the Owls, which is their mascot, head coach Dusty May. That sounds like a wrestler. Doesn't that sound like a wrestler to you, Dusty May? Wasn't there? I guess there was a Dusty Rhodes. But anyway, he met with reporters and made a very snide remark, I think. Tennessee has quickly gained a reputation as the most physical team in the NCAA tournament. A few members of national media took shots. We discussed that and covered it the other day. When reporters asked May about FAU's matchup against Tennessee, the Owls head coach referenced the Vols' reputation. And I'm just going to play it for you. It's actually on Twitter by Trey Wallace, put it up here.
We're going to study Australian rugby rules and get ready for the Vols.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh, yes, she did. Yep, he did. He did it. Now, there's no way to see that other than a pshk upside the head. And I'm going to tell you, you don't want to poke the bear. You don't want to pull on Superman's cape, and you don't want to spit into the wind, whatever that Jim Croce song goes. That's a mistake. You don't give bulletin board material to the Vols. They're already feeling like they've been kicked in the face by the national media for the second half of the year. You know, they went 5-7, finished up without their point guard who got injured, and everybody took them for dead, said, oh, they're going to get beat in the first round. They'll certainly not get past the vaunted Duke, the Blue Bloods, who had won 10 games in a row and 19 out of the last 20 with those 5 guys. So I think this is a huge mistake. Now, does that guarantee that FAU will lose? Absolutely not. But what it will do is it'll start a fire that's already raging in the Vols. If you watch them play Duke, man, they played inspired ball. But if the Owls want to give us some more ammunition and give us the double dog dare, or actually I think they went this route.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I like double dog dare ya.
Now it was serious. And finally, the coup de grace of all dares, the sinister triple dog dare.
I triple dog dare ya.
Yep, they skipped triple dare and went straight for the throat, the triple dog dare. I'm going to tell you, I think this was a big mistake across the board. You don't do that. Look, they're a mid-major, and they're coming in. I guess he's probably feeling pretty proud right now. You know, they've made it a lot further than anybody thought they would. Part of that's because Fairleigh Dickinson took out the #1 team. But, you know, he's not used to being in this situation. Now, this is a good team, okay? They won a lot of games, so don't think this is going to be some easy win. They're actually a very good team.
You walk over, but you're limping back.
And right here we are, of course, like I say, playing FAU, who beat FDU. And then if we were to win that game, we would probably play, let's see, Kentucky got beat. That's a shame. That's a real shame. And let's see, I don't remember who. Let me check out who won that. I don't know. All right, so Michigan State beat Marquette. So it's either going to be Michigan State or Kansas State if we were to beat FAU, and that's who we'd be playing. So hopefully we get to the Elite Eight and play either Michigan State or Marquette. Not Michigan, I'm sorry. Play Michigan State or Kansas State. And right here's the ladies' bracket, and looks like Tennessee's going to be playing Virginia Tech. So the Vols beat the crap out of Toledo. I listened to that on the radio, and man, it was just a butt whooping. So the Lady Vols did advance, and they're in the Sweet 16 as well, and they're going to play Virginia Tech. So that should be a pretty good game. Virginia Tech is a number 1 seed, and Tennessee is a number 4 seed. So Virginia Tech will probably be favored in that game, and that's 6:30 on March 25th. That's great news for the Vols, both teams in the Sweet 16. And I think the men's game, after what just occurred with FAU, is probably going to go down like this.
Well, I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
Why, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked over your grave.
Yep, that's how I see it going. You made a big mistake, FAU. Doesn't guarantee a win for the Vols by any stretch, but look, you don't need to give them any extra fire. That's a rookie mistake. Look, it's a rookie mistake, just what it is. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover the Vols. I'll cover the Lady Vols too. You know, if they keep winning, that's great. And if you've not subscribed, it's right here on the left. Just hit that little button. Just boop. That's all you got to do. Cost you nothing. Helps me out. I'd appreciate it. And right over here is my most recent video. Be sure to check that out. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.